going wild. Thousands of them, millions of them, and they're all cheering on who? XO or Verygames? Who's going to pick this one up? Denmark or France? XO, they're all Danish. They're all Danish. Phil, you're not though. You're on the fence. You are Switzerland.
More than likely, given their history.
Here we go. We're going to go live in the second half straight away. As Verygames and XO rock it up once more. We've had ourselves 2 maps of rambunctious fun. And now the effervescent Phil Ride and myself, xoxo, are going to bring you the grand final map. 5K to be decided right here, right now.
Certainly, if Verygames need to take this pistol, they need to stop the momentum that xoxo will be looking to bring into this final map.
Dust 2, before the action kicks off, very quickly, what's it all about?
Pretty standard again, 2 bomb sites, 3 main routes. We go through long A towards the A sites, through a couple of sets of double doors, bit of a pit, long passageway again. If you go down middle, there's a ramp, again through another set of double doors towards the CT spawn. Or if you go through towards the B tunnels, again, you're into what is generally regarded as a smaller site at B.
Here we go, KRL opens up the fragging, XO lose, Exi as there comes the second frag for Verygames. I think it was KRL again, mopping up the Danes. Ooh, Nate and Laurie come in, August, the only man offering any resistance. And vive la France, as Verygames pick up the CT side.
Certainly what they needed. Again, you know, get the confidence going, gear each other up on voice comms, take the pistol rounds. They can now take the weapons, or slightly better weapons, probably MP5s and things like that. xoxo may choose to deagle, knock Verygames back, but we'll wait and see what happens.
Here we go, Verygames now will watch as XO come running down the B tunnels. They push forward, it's going to be, shot comes in from RPK, gets 1, gets 2, and now Exi comes in with another. Smiths has gone down. Sorry, Smiths has got himself a frag, Exi's gone down. As reading is not a strength of mine right now. Mate comes in with a kill onto Jimmy. And that leaves who? Just Fetish. As he gets himself a kill at the double doors, but now knows his position's been made, and his life has been taken by Regnab. Verygames 2-0 up. So you're still sitting with sitting on the fence and not pulling a name out of the hat for this one?
I'll talk to you about that after the first half.
After the first half? You sure you don't want to wait until, you know, after 30 rounds and then tell me?
Well, I could do, but then it wouldn't be much use then.
After the first half, not much use for a prediction either.
Well, it is, because you can, you know, see how each team's going.
Jimmy finds the first frag, Smith goes down. XO are in the ascendancy just as they make their way to the catwalk. There's going to be Fetish to get himself a second frag. KRL opens up and claims 3. Say goodnight, XO. You've been KRL'd as RPK goes down, and KRL gets the 5th frag, and that'll be an ace, and Verygames have got themselves their 3rd round as they clear house, and now XO will buy, and the game is afoot once again. 3-0 the score. XO are in trouble though.
Well, you say in trouble. I mean, first 3 rounds we know if they lose the pistol, generally eco twice or possibly take one of them as a deagle. The 4th round, as this is the key. You know, it's the first gun round. This can change things completely.
The wind has been knocked out of their sails. The cloud flying above France has been taken away from them. And part of the battle from Verygames has been won. Because Inferno was horrible. Absolutely horrible. They will look at that demo and cry.
Well, have to see how they get on at the weekend as well at Maxland.
A lot of big teams going there, of course. Does conflict with another event going on in the I-Series this weekend as well. So 2 big Source tournaments this weekend. Quad V will be live at TIE 35. And the World Cyber Games next week. Oh, look at the plugs.
And I may just have to end up accidentally being there to give you a hand.
It's the Eurokrieg Finals. 5 grand on this map, brought to you in association with Be There. Nades flying across as Jimmy ducks back, loses 41 points of health. Now XO will make their way up the catwalk and slowly but surely make their way towards that top site. They dart back, and XO don't want to give this anything away for cheap here. As in towards the A site we rally, grenades come across one by one as XO will push along. Jimmy is there, he is going to, oh, right me and Auger will open up the fragging. XO find themselves clawing back. And now the bomb goes down. Xy's grenade comes in with a frag onto Smith. Regnam now watching Long A, gets himself a kill before Auger stops him in his tracks. And RPK is the last man standing. He will sit and wait this one out as that bomb has gone down and will blow shortly. So a good round from XO. They're on the board. It'll be 3-1 after this one. And just what the doctor ordered for the Danes.
Definitely. I mean, as we said, fourth round is important. XO pick this up. They'll have more cash. They'll know that Verygames will be on the back foot now. Okay, yeah, it's pretty even to be able to buy weapons and things, but again, it comes back to that, that psychology aspect. If you lose the fourth round, it does set you back a little bit. You know, you think you've got to pick it back up and you've got to keep going, and hey, could change everything now.
Now, you've been a manager of many top teams, from Eminent to Infinity Esports to Four Kings. I mean, at what point do you have to work on that psychological factor with the teams and say, look, guys, get a grip, or rally the troops somehow?
Well, I mean, it's difficult. I mean, for a setting like this, a lot of it is, well, certainly this final, it's online, so it's very difficult. You know, you may be able to do it over voice comms, but it's certainly a lot easier if
Verygames are all together.
Well, okay, if the management's with them, then yeah, certainly. You know, it's a case of patting them on the back, talking through it, trying to make them see that it's not all over, it's not all doom and gloom, and that there is an opportunity there.
It's all over for 3 of the Verygames players, at least for this round, as Fetish and Auger have gone to work. They've got themselves 2 frags each. There's just 1 man left standing, and he has been made. It is Mate as he makes his way towards the double doors. The AWP shots come rattling toward him. He's done some damage, though, but won't get any frags as Xe gets it. It's 3-2, 5 down. And we move into the 6th round, and knowing that the French are shaken a bit now, as XO have picked up that round. It will be another save round here from Very, as they make their way through in the Eurokrieg Grand Finals here on Quad B, brought to you by B Broadbanders. It's going to be Flash. Flash is a dime a dozen, it would appear, as Smith gets himself back. Has jumped up the back of the box. Oh, hello, Right Me. Shot down in the back. And Right Me with a kick me sign on his back. As he gets himself a weapon, pushes up towards the A site. Fetish has got himself a kill. Oh, Regnam and Smith, though, going to work. And Auger finds himself knowing that he is what stands between XO and a save round loss for XO as the AWP shot comes in. Clips Smith right on the back of his head. And that leaves KRL to draw out his opponent. Has no idea that he's sitting right there. In goes the code. Here comes KRL. Pokes his head around. He can almost play the draws music as he comes turning around the corner.
Very good play by Verygames there. I mean, the sneaky boost up to short behind the terrorists, and certainly taking 2 out while they're trying to plant the bomb is exactly what you want. I mean, if you can try and catch your opponents off guard, then puts you in a good position to win the rounds.
And someone outside of the box thinking from Verygames there. They were quite happy to let them have that A site and recover. And whilst that tactic is not outside of the box, the way they did it was certainly, and very good stuff from them. And XO now find themselves buying, but knowing had they lost this, then they've gone the way of Iceland in terms of their savings.
But remember, Mum shop at Iceland, so it's not that bad.
Oh, the puns.
Oh.
Here we go. Verygames will dart back. Nades come across as Smith lines up. He and XO are going. They're going to go head to head on this catwalk here as Auger darts back. Let's find Smith once again. In fact, he's pushed a long way up. And has given his position away to those who were coming up that catwalk as he made a move on the B tunnels. It's not to be, though, for him. As Jimmy gets himself a kill onto KRL. Smith looks down the A long route as there's one there. Jimmy gets picked off. I think that was by Mate there. And now XO line up on the double doors. Right Me will nade across. They think that Smith is on the other side there. Certainly is. And he rattles off a shot. And XO think twice about making their way that way. Now going towards the B bomb site. There's a few shots coming off from Right Me there as he just tries to keep the man defending B very alert. As Fetish will dart through. He's got Regnam on the other side of him as Regnam is, you can see what he's doing here. If you don't understand Counter-Strike, he's having a nervous twitch so he can see what's coming on the other side of that wall. Verygames open up with 3 frags, and XO are down to just 1 man. It's Xe, and he walks past Regnam and to his death. And Verygames lead by 5 rounds to 2.
Yeah, I mean, they had a bit of a blip there. xoxo managed to pick up 2 rounds, but Verygames have pulled it back, and they're hoping, obviously, keep this going now. You know, forget Inferno. It happened. It's over. It's done with. You know, this is a completely new map. We start again from scratch. Let's take it to them.
I'd like to see xoxo put a bit more pace in their assaults here, because at the moment, the slower they go, the better it is for players like Smith to work the whole length of the map, as he did on the last one. And,
but is it about speed and aggression, or is it about, you know, the strategies and the fakes?
Well, that is the dilemma every Counter-Strike player faces. And arguably the most on-the-fence comment you've said yet. Is it pointy on that fence?
I'm not going to tell you because you'll get the wrong impression.
Here we go. xoxo make their way across and know that they must stop this rot. They had to exchange weapons on this round for each other. They know they can't afford to do it next round. And this is not nervous twitching you're seeing. This is them bobbing up and down knowing their opponents can't see them as they do that. Jimmy will lead the assault for xoxo with his AWP. You can see the bombs going A with them, and xoxo are going to pop up and down. And again, you see this strategy. And here we go. Oh, a shot onto the groin area. Dispatches of Smiths, and Jimmy, the AWP for xoxo, will open up the fragging. Point blank range. KRL cleans up 2. And he didn't even lose a dot of health as XE and RightMe, though, have got themselves 2 frags. What KRL has in his pocket is the bomb, though, and he, for Verygames, must lock down this A site. He needs reinforcements. He's got just 1 player to do that for him, and he has him now coming through spawn. It's 1 man coming along the top A. He shows himself. It was RightMe. He went for the frag onto Mate, and he got it, but it forced KRL's hand, who got 4 frags that round. Great play, and Verygames lead by 6-2, and that must force a save.
Yeah, it probably will force a save, and very good play by KRL. I mean, he managed to take out the 2 attackers coming into A who had the bomb, and that obviously put xoxo in a bad position, because obviously you have to get the bomb back before you can fart into it and try and win the round.
xoxo run into a gauntlet here at A long. Rednam comes up with 1 and another, and say goodnight to xoxo's save round, pushing along the long A route, although RightMe gets in on KRL, who's just had a fantastic round ended. And now Jimmy gets himself a frag in the back. Pushes along, goes down to RPK, and that'll be that. Verygames 7, xoxo. Oh no, Fetch still. There we go. Verygames 7, xoxo 2. And Phil, at 7-2, what would be a respectable score for xoxo at halftime?
Well, I mean, you could probably say if they can get to 6, that might be okay. Again, given sort of, you know, buys and saves, and depending on how many they lose from this point. I mean, they've bought now, so obviously if they can take this round, set them up quite nicely, but you know, if they can go in with 6, that may be okay.
Smiths and Nadorp have been inseparable in this half and are really going to work. He and KRL clean up 3 frags between them, then both go down, lose Regnam as well. And Verygames have found the self-destruct button, and they've hit it. Not once, but 3 times. They now must make something happen for themselves. Rushing around that corner, RightMe lies and wait for Mate. He's waiting on the next one to come his way, but it's behind him. And Fetish gets the frag, and I'm lost as to what the Devil X Verygames were doing there. Up 3 frags and throw it all away.
It's silly play, what can you say? I mean, you get into those situations and you need to close them out. If you're ahead in terms of, you know, 3v2s, 4v2s, whatever it may be, if you've got the man advantage, you need to hold the positions and close it out.
5 rounds left to go. Instantly, Verygames are on a save.
Certainly not what they wanted.
And they've only themselves to blame. But Smith, well, he's blameless because he's had such a good half. And I'm sure he does a lot of charity work as well. Mato goes down. xoxo make their way through. 4-on-4. Shots come across as Auger gets himself 1 for xoxo on the board. They know that this B-bomb side is stacked, and they're going to take the bomb with XE the other route. RightMe gets himself the frag onto Regnam. xoxo will really want to get this bomb down ASAP. As Smiths goes in, XE will push across. Going towards that A site, there's nobody there to stop him. The only person coming is in spawn, and he is about to meet his maker. It's KRL that goes down, and that leaves RPK very, very lonely here.
It looks like with only a Deagle for company as well.
Yes, as he goes forward. Maybe able to pick up a frag or two. Gets himself the first one onto XE. Good work from Verygames. But this is going to be 7-4 on the assumption that RPK loses it. And from 7-2 to 7-4 from XO being potentially on the verge of the wrong side of the momentum. Now pull it right back, and 5 and 6 are certainly within their grasp now, if not more.
Well, that's it. If they can get more, again, probably see that as a bonus. I mean, both sides now have forts, so again, reasonably level playing fields. So XO would look to try and take this one and build a couple more rounds.
Here we go with XO pushing through. 7-4 the score. There are some 4 rounds left in this half as nades come flurrying down. This round crucial in determining the outcome of this. XO must win it, and from that point they could take the whole half if they were to force a save. Nade comes in, frag comes in as we go tit for tat. XO lose 1 but then gain 1. Now it's going to be exactly the same as the next 2 frags go either way. XE gets himself 1, giving XO the advantage, and a recovery on the B bomb site needed with 3 players lined up for them. I don't think Verygames should go for this, and they don't either as they get out of here, and that will be the round to XO, and that makes it 7-4. And a round loss, I can't see the next 3 players buying on this round, having not done much damage on this one all the round before. Verygames suddenly find themselves potentially on a save round. That could make it 7-6, and suddenly this game is wide open. That's what Counter-Strike's all about.
It is. I mean, it will probably be a half save. Obviously, you've got 2 guys here managed to save their weapons, one's an AWP, so that could do a fair amount of damage. I mean, they could take the gamble, not a lot of cash. They may go for masses, something like that, just to try and give them, some firepower, as a couple of them are doing. I'd say that's a very good call. And now we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
You see what happens when he come off that fence? Frag comes in, Smith gets himself the opening frag, Orga goes down. Verygames have themselves an advantage here as the Danes find themselves 1 man down. XE will make his way through. Here we go with Jimmy. Watches one, just walks straight into him, and then goes down at the hands of Regnam. It is Verygames looking to make something out of potentially nothing on this round. Rightby gets himself a kill. Regnam's down. Now it will be XE. Smokes across and is going to move with the bomb in towards the A site. Doesn't find the frag on the entry there. It's Smith's and his AWP who must clear out this site. He's got 1 with him. We're at 2 on 2. We're at 2 on 3 in favor of Verygames, in fact. Mate's got himself the frag onto XE. There's only 1 man left up. And RPK gets it.
That's exactly what they wanted. I mean, yes, they took the risk buying the FAMASs and things like that, but the fact that they had their AWP to start with, obviously one of the most expensive weapons in the game, it put them in a good position. And obviously, they've just proved that they can do it, and certainly they needed it. The momentum was changing back to XOXO, and hey, if they'd have kept going and won that round, as I said, they'd have hit the 6 that they would have been looking for and gone from there.
You're live on Quad V from the Eurokrieg Grand Finals here from the Sports Bar in central London. We have ourselves a grand final worth £5,000 brought to you with Be There. And Verygames lead 8 rounds to 5 going into the final 2 of the half. We have just this map left. We've had our first 2 if you're just joining us. And it was 1-1 in the first 2 maps, of course. But Verygames and Inferno were very bad. Slightly better, but I wouldn't go as far as saying very good on Nuke.
We'll wait and see what happens at the end of this one. You may say, start singing their praises if they win this.
I may do.
Nicely.
Smith gets himself a frag as KRL goes down. Verygames are homing in on this one, and a cheer from the Verygames fans out here. And Smiths and Regnam, frag, and XO find themselves in trouble. It's just XE left to save this one for them as he takes some damage, down to 12 points of health, drops down into spawn, finds one, dies at the second time of asking, and that pulls us back to the final round of the half. Verygames may have forced XO. Nope, they're not. They're going to buy what they can here.
Well, I mean, it's the last round. Realistically, you have to. You need to try and take the last round and go into the second half again on a high. So whatever cash you've got left, spend it.
Exactly. It's January sales. The 15th round of the half. And
which now start in November, yeah?
Yeah, the 15th round, it can happen whenever you like. Here we go. Verygames will push along and look to clear out this half and go up 10-5 going into the half. But XO have opened up the fragging with not one but two. Smith finally says, look guys, stop dying.
Get a grip, please. I'm doing this all on my own.
He really is though. Look at the scoreboard. Smith leads. Well, he's not. He's got KRL as well.
Bad.
However, Smith's will now need him. He's got that AWP still as he lines waiting. Finds one. That's a shot and a half as Rightney walks right between that crosshair.
Definitely straight between the eyes, that one.
KRL gets himself one, who's been right up there with Smith all half long. Fetish goes down. Verygames, very good. 10-5 the halftime score. And 10-5 is that score. And Phil, I had to ask you at halftime for your prediction. Can you now give it to me?
I'll say Verygames, just to oppose you, unless, of course, you're now going to change your vote because of what's happened in this half.
I stuck with XO. I'm sticking with them. I think they've still got it.
Well, okay, then let's make it interesting. I'll go Verygames.
There you go. You can pick the easier of the two, seeing as they are 5 rounds to the good up. But yes, that is...
well, surely that's my privilege as a guest commentator.
If that's all we have to give you, no problem. Here we go. We're going to go live for the second half in the pistol round. Come on, guys, let's hear you one more time. It's the last time we're going to go live in this match. Verygames or XO, who's going to take it? XO. Verygames. I think we're split. Here we go. Phil, you've got a fan club. How does it feel?
Ah, well, it's not the first time.
Obviously
talking about my mother.
Oh. Smith opens up the kills as Rightney goes down. And Verygames are going to look to build on this. Close this one out quickly. They're 5 rounds to the good. A pistol round and a conversion could make that 13, and suddenly they're homing in. But there's a lot more Counter-Strike to be played than just picking up that first frag and winning it. 3 on 3 as Auger makes it 3 on 2 in favor of Vexo. RPK goes down, makes himself the fraggers. Verygames make their way in towards the B site. They will get this bomb down ASAP. They need reinforcements. He's got one behind him to cover him as he plants. Here come the two through the double doors. Right now opens up the fragging. Jimmy's the last man standing for Exo. Has one to the left, one to the right. And he walks into this crossfire now. Fires one shot off, draws them out, loses a lot of health as he goes for us, and Jimmy should not be able to make this one in. He's got a long, long way, and Regnam stops him in his tracks, and Verygames pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, good pistol around there. Verygames exactly what they wanted, coming straight through into the second half. Pick up the pistol, hopefully take the second and third, and put themselves in a good position to win it all.
The winner takes it all. 5,000 up for grabs here. A fantastic tournament. It's been run by Enemy Down, powered by Be There Broadband. The gamer's choice, the gamer's advantage.
Well, most definitely.
And that web panel that Paul was talking about earlier, where you can actually set yourself into game mode, is a fantastic addition.
Well, it's one of those things that, I mean, they've sort of looked at what gamers want, being able to tweak things generally happens to, tick all the right boxes, as it were.
Here we go, KRL and Regnam get themselves a frag each, and that's the end of XO on this second round, and that pulls the scoreboard to 10-5 on the second half, and, well, it's very, very positive here for Verygames. They will look to take this next round, knowing that XO didn't get any kills on that last one, therefore can't buy here in the slightest. Also on CT they couldn't. And so we'll see whether Verygames can finish this job off. KRL, who's had a fantastic map, emphasized as RPK gets himself a frag onto Fetish. KRL's watching his 6 and finds the frag onto Auger. And now he's got another one coming from behind, which he easily dispatched. RPK gets himself the second frag of the half. Bomb goes down. Smith finishes off the job. And Verygames to take us to 13 here in the second half. 13-5 the score. And I'll tell you what, 3 rounds left in this one.
XO need to win this fourth round.
To put it politely.
Situation. Yeah, similar situation as we had on Inferno. Fourth round now is absolutely crucial.
If XO lose this, they will be forced to save on the next one, and that'll take us to match point should they not be able to pick up a round on their save. So crucial stuff. On a bitterly cold night here in London.
It is. I think somebody's opened the door.
Yes, they have. Nade comes across as Meito will nade over the top. Verygames slowly but surely make their way through. RPK has lost a lot of health. Nades come across, and Verygames now make their entry on towards the top site. He sees the nade coming his way, so he knows there's someone down low because he watched its course, and he finds, oh, did he find that frag? We wait till we come back. He's still standing, so I'm guessing so. KRL gets himself the frag onto Fetish. There are 2 down for Exo. Exy's going to flank around the back. He gets shut down as he goes for it, and Verygames are homing in here. They need just 2 more frags. Smiths into the groin of Auger through the box will take the kill, and that leaves 1 man standing. It's Jimmy, 1 on 5. Won't go for this one, surely. Won't make it past the second hurdle, and Verygames get it. They are 14-5 up, 9 rounds to the good, and that leaves them 2 rounds away from glory. Verygames are going to toss the weapons around amongst each other, but if Exo have got anything more than a deagle, I'd be impressed. They don't. They have a Famas. I am impressed.
Again, may have to risk it. This generally would be a save round, in which case they'd all be back to pistols or deagles, but given the scoreline, they need to try and get back into this game.
But is that just 1 Famas? It's not up anymore. And Verygames are walking all over Exo here. This is going to take them to 10 match points if they pick this one up. 10-5 grand points. Brought to you by B. It would only be fitting if they won it on the B bomb site.
Oh, comedian.
Come on. You've got to give me that.
I'll give you that.
We've not used that one yet. And here we go.
You can save it for the last round then. Well, what could be the last rounds.
We are going to match point here. We're going to 10 match points. Not even Andy Murray can throw those away. Exo are now ready to take this one. They're ready to take it by the scruff of the neck and say, we're not giving it up.
XO certainly got 1 up there. Obviously, the rest will have to buy regardless, because if they lose this, it's all over. Verygames will go in hard and try and pull it all the way in their favour.
Here we go. It is what could be the last round of the Eurokrieg. Brought to you by B. Exo get the first frag. Mate comes in with 1, gets 1 back. KRL comes in, Auger gets himself a kill. Smiths is back in the action. Exo are making a fight of this one just yet. They lead in this round. They push through. It's going to be KRL to get himself a kill. Ragnam comes back in. It gets 1 in. As Verygames are pushing through. Jimmy gets it, and Exo are still standing, much to the delight of the crowd.
That's certainly what they needed. I mean, it was all or nothing.
You guys are famous on the internet now. Congratulations. Many people will be approaching you for your autograph. Verygames and Exo still at it. We've still got 9 match points, though.
Yeah, I mean, again, though, for XO, they have to, again, all or nothing. If they lose, Verygames already 1 frag up in this round. It's going to be tricky.
Indeed, and Exo know that. They pull it back. Fetish gets the kill onto Smith. XT gets himself 1. August looking to hunt out another of these Frenchmen as he makes his way through. KRL dance back, and the Verygames side will make their way back toward the middle. They know that there's 1 just around the corner. He finds him. Oh, what a frag from KRL. He has been a man on a mission on this one. And if they do win this round, it will be no small part down to his work. They look like they're going B, but they quickly decide, actually, we're going to run all the way back through. They've got 50 seconds in which to do it. XC's saying, oh, wait a minute, they're not here. And that means that Exo know that they are going to have to work on this one. But they've no one today. They've that AWP that will cover the middle.
If they can take the guy top of middle.
Oh, they can't. No. They can't get past Right Me, who gets himself those 2 big frags. Counter-terrorists pick it up. Right Me saves the day for Exo. And they're hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, hanging on for dear life as well.
Now they realize they've got to play.
Yeah. It should be all level again, though, in terms of weapons. That looked like a bit of a deagle save from Verygames, so they should now have AKs and things. And, again, look to go in and try and close it out, really.
8 match points left. As Verygames look to win this one and win £5,000. Here we go. Verygames make their way through with 5,000 euros, my apologies. It is the Eurokrieg. And here we go. Verygames look to make this way August waiting for them at B. Verygames are lying in wait for them. Smith and his AWP have been quiet in the past few rounds when XO have come for them. Verygames with RPK get themselves 2 quick frags. Fetish is going to be the man who has to watch that catwalk. Has been flashed. It's walking into trouble here, but his grenade is dispatched of RPK, and it's a graveyard here on the entrance here where Fetish stands over his 2 dead bodies. Now looking across. I don't know if that's his Fetish. Here we go. KRL and Regnam have the bomb. It's been tossed across the middle, and Regnam's going to look to put it down. Smith gets himself the frag on the wall. Auger, and now it will be Fetish's AWP that can stop Regnam. His flash comes in. Regnam lies in wait. XE gets 2! And Verygames have just Smith to save the day. Rattles off the first shot, rattles off the second shot, picked off, and XO is still alive. 3 frags in it, 3 rounds picked up here from XO, and they suddenly pull us from 15-5 back to 15-8. And I'll tell you what, they saved the best for last.
Well, I mean, that was it. You didn't expect that at all. Bomb was down, pretty good cover from Verygames. So a couple of quick frags as XE came in and changed everything, and they're still in it.
You sound somewhat disappointed by that.
Well, I mean, given that I'm now off the fence and I'm looking for Verygames, obviously it's slightly disappointing. For you, on the other hand, I mean, hey.
Auger gets 3 quick kills, finally goes down, but there's only 1 man left up for Verygames, and he's not up anymore. CTs pick it up, and suddenly we are back to 9, and there's only 6 rounds in it, and the game looks very, very different.
Very different indeed. I mean, this is it. If you look at the last couple of rounds that we played, XOXO again have picked it up. They'll now have the momentum. Everything's changed. Verygames know that they only need 1 round to win it, but they'll still be slightly on the back foot going, oh crap, is this actually going to go completely wrong from this point forward and go into overtime?
Here we go with XO. Nade across from Regnam. Verygames are in a very good position, but can't quite finish this one. We lie in wait, knowing that Verygames are on a bye round, knowing the importance of each round. They take their time, showing each other a lot of respect. They nade over towards the top to clear the area they're now moving into. Mate gets himself the frag on it rightly. Smith with that AWP pushes along. Second frag comes in from both sides. We're at 3 versus 3. And Smith will walk along this A-long unchallenged, but now finds himself flashed. Has 1 teammate with him. This sniper should clear out the way for Smith as he looks for Verygames to move across. He catches a glimpse of his opposite number. Misses! Oh, he had to land it one and he didn't. KRL gets himself the frag onto Fetish. KRL gets another one. 1 man standing, and it will be all over. XE is 1 versus 2, and the bomb is about to go down on the A site. XE must save this one for XO. He has done it before, and he'll go across, and this is the definition of clutch play if he were to pick it up. Finds himself the first man, finds the first frag. It's Regnam that goes down. Smith retreats, knowing that he's planted the bomb, I'm guessing in a defensible position. And there comes, Smith wins the game for Verygames. XE went looking for him, trying to chase him out so quickly, but Smith stops him. And Phil Ride, your closing thoughts on what's been an excellent tournament, won by Verygames.
Certainly an excellent tournament all the way through. A fantastic match. I mean, if we look at what's happened, first map, very dominant by Verygames. Second map, XOXO walks all over. Third map, quite close to start with, but in the end, still not that close. Verygames all the way for me.
And that was Eurokrieg. That was 5,000 euros going the way of Verygames. And XOXO, despite playing 3 maps in this grand final and coming a long, long way, go home empty-handed. Thank you for listening here on Quad V today. Thank you to Phil Wright, who's joined us here, and thank you to everyone who's made this tournament fantastic. Enemy Down and Team WA for putting it on. Be there for supporting it. Without sponsors like this, esports just doesn't happen. So a big thank you to B for getting involved. Hopefully we'll see more from them again. Yeah, a round of applause for B. And that is the end of Eurokrieg. Thank you very much. Good night.